Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Uh, Today I wanted to talk to you about tinnitus. This isn't going to be a video for everyone, but if you've got tinnitus, it's a big deal. Uh, what is tinnitus? Tinnitus is a ringing sound in your ear or ears that really isn't there from the outside. You hear it, but nobody else can hear what you're hearing. Sometimes it sounds like a buzzing or a clicking or like crickets for a while. Sometimes it's low, sometimes it's very high. In my case, 4 years ago at the start of COVID, like March 2020, is when all of the bad news was coming about, uh, people were getting sick and dying, and I had a younger family that I was needing to protect and take care of, and businesses were shutting down, and the world was just coming to shit. Well, I was watching the news, and my ear, my left ear, just popped off, wah, real loud, and I was like freaking out for a few seconds, and I said, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna go jog around the neighborhood real quick." And so I took off jogging, and it went away. No big deal. The next day, the same thing, same time, same news, same everything. It was just another hit. Bah! And it went crazy. And I decided to go for another run. And but this time it didn't go away. And I would say for almost 2 months, I had this loud ringing in my ears that was driving me insane. And I was looking for any type of help, information, whatever. I went to all the doctors. They couldn't find anything physically wrong with me. I went to my primary doctor, and he was like, "Hey, tinnitus could be caused by high blood pressure." I remember that as a paramedic. Whenever I was a firefighter paramedic for 10 years. So then I went to my ear doctor, and they tested my ears. And they said, "Yeah, you got a little scarring, that kind of stuff in your ear, but we can't find the cause of why your ear is ringing." And I was feeling really deflated, and so, but I found this guy. His name was where is he at? His name was Julian Cowan Hill. Overseas, I think he's in like England area. He had that accent, and he has the big beard and all of that stuff. And this guy is a total expert, and he has a very soothing voice, and he was exactly what I needed at the time. I was getting so scared because the questions that I had: am I going to have to live with this thing for the rest of my life? You're like banging your head against the wall. Some people have reported that no shit, they'll pew pew themselves because they can't get rid of the sound. But what he was teaching me was that it was a nervous system thing. It was your sympathetic nervous system going haywire. And it totally made sense because, here I was, a firefighter, paramedic with loud sirens, high stress, saving lives, all that good stuff. And then I went into real estate investing where, I was, doing deals and making lots of money and talking to a lot of people and teaching things and working with different personalities, especially uh, business world versus in the firefighter military world. You have to be really PC and that kind of stuff. And I'm not a PC kind of guy. But anyway, so it was like super high stress. And so what did I learn from then? Well, I learned that I needed to put the brakes on, man, the parasympathetic. So you get your sympathetic nervous system and your parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is, shifting into second and third gear and really hitting and revving the red line. You're really pushing hard, and it's your adrenaline. So you're really animated. You're really, you're always kicking ass, and it's your fight or flight uh, type of nervous system. You know, if you see a danger, then you're going to go after it. Well, now your brain, your psyche, your uh, mentalness is constantly in survival mode. The parasympathetic nervous system is, how do you bring it back down? How do you put the brakes on? How do you downshift? And, you know, like I've got this water behind me, and that's we moved here during that time because I needed to bring it down. Um, I slowed down my business. Yes, it was COVID. All businesses were slowing down, but I really took some personal stock. Was like, you know what? Do I really want to deal with a bunch of employees or contractors or, you know, that kind of stuff? Do I want, you know, do I just want to, how do I want my life to be? Can I bring it back down? And so I started getting, you know, massage every 2 weeks. I never got massages and all that, and I was so tensed up. So like if you've got tension in the back of your neck, and you know that knot that's right underneath your shoulder blade, usually on the right shoulder blade, you get that big old knot. You know, go get that worked out, man. I'm telling you, if you can get that worked out, find somebody that'll work on your neck and your head right here, you know, and all of your traps, and get that loosened up. Not just once. Yeah, after you get your initial one, you'll feel better. But because you're still in fight or flight mode, within 2 or 3 days, you're going to be all stressed out again. So I was doing this as a regular every 2 week kind of thing. And it took, oh, at least 2 months for it to start coming down. And, you know, I started asking some other friends that I knew that were a little bit older than me. I was like, hey, have you ever had tinnitus before? And boom, right off the bat, man, some of these guys were like, yeah, thanks a lot for reminding me. Now I could hear it, you know, and I felt like a dick. Um, One of them said, yeah, I got it, you know, at 44 years old. It just came on suddenly, and it never went away. And I was like, dude, how are you still alive? And he said, you habituate to it. You get used to it. And I'm telling you that if you're going through this right now, you will survive. You will habituate to it. And like now, I hear it every once in a while, you know, like if I drink too much coffee or something, I'll hear, you know, it goes beep. And then, you know, within 30 seconds, a minute, it goes away. It's because your brain doesn't see it as a threat anymore. So when it first happens and you're fight or flight and this thing happens, wow, it's like an ice pick right in your brain sees it as a threat. And uh, if it's a threat, it focalizes or focuses everything onto this thing, onto that sound, and then you can't get rid of it. And you just get sucked into that. At the same time, you know, you might have anxiety start coming up. Like I started having really bad anxiety, which I couldn't figure out. Like, you know, I like to go deep sea fishing. And the last time that I had the opportunity, I just was like, nope, because I had all of these fears that I couldn't control myself. I'm a little bit heavier. I'm a little bit older. What happens in an emergency situations? All these weird threats. You know, what happens if the ship goes down? What happens if, you know, I fall overboard? What happens, you know? And I had this fear of drowning and all this crazy, stupid shit that was in my head, and it wasn't going away, but it attacked your nervous system. And so you're just like, you know, nope, I'm not going to do this. And so I prevented myself from going deep sea fishing, which I love doing. Okay, so what else? I'm looking at my notes here. Habituation, yeah, his name is Julian Cowan Hill. And let's see, he talked about my, you know, part of my story: manage stress, don't fight the sound, focus on overall health, check out his videos. Okay, yeah, you got to manage stress, man. So like I said, I started getting the massages. I quit my workload. I focused a little bit more on my family. Yeah, we don't make as much money or whatever, but you know, I really started taking more time with my girls. I have two daughters. Um, you know, I like wine. You know, so this is for you that, especially a lot of guys get it. You know, I haven't heard a lot of women, but you know, if you have it, you're probably a strong personality and you're probably a go-getter. You need to take your foot off the gas and put it on the brake. And I'm telling you, man, that Julian Cowan Hill, that guy, go look him up. I bought his book. It was like $10, and I mean, I really took to heart because I was just trying to find anything. Anyway, the guy saved my life. Take care. I hope this helps. Leave a comment, subscribe, with all that stuff, and I'll talk to you guys soon.